Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel for another Hot Toys Star Wars Dark Side event figure preview video. Before we begin, I want to say a massive thank you to Ryan Kirkwood for going out in person and snapping these gorgeous high-res pictures. Show Ryan some love in the comments below because without him, this series literally would not be possible. If you are looking to grab either 000, who's an event exclusive, meaning he's in stock now, or BT-1 on pre-order, they are both up on Pop Collectibles. I have popped the link to their site in the description below. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. I've also included the discount code Justin's Collection for 5% off your order if you do decide to buy from them. While you're down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button, so you're notified as soon as a brand new Hot Toys Dark Side event figure preview video goes live on the channel. Okay, so these two were very clearly made to go together in a display, right? Whether it's working for Vader, or Dr. Aphra, or Vader again, or even themselves, they're usually inseparable. So it's very strange to me that Hot Toys decided to make 000 an event exclusive, but for BT-1, we're going to have to wait ages for him to come out. He should have also been an event exclusive in my opinion. Drop both of these guys at the same time so we can complete our Dr. Aphra droids display immediately. Now they're just stretching it out. We don't know if they're going to cancel BT-1, they probably won't, but still it's a possibility. So it's just a real head scratcher to me. I would have preferred if we could grab them both at the same time. I don't like dragging things out unnecessarily, and that's exactly what Hot Toys have done here. With that being said, I'm still really excited to get these guys at all from Hot Toys. These two little murder bots, well, one of them isn't so little, but you know what I mean. Having these badass droids in the Star Wars collection, I don't mind if I do, especially when the color scheme, the paint applications, are as visually interesting as they are on both of these droids. They've used this almost color shift paint on both 000 and BT-1, so in certain lighting conditions they look bluish green, whereas in others they look purplish grey, and there are some pops of red, there's some silver. There's a lot going on the surface of these droids, and they 100% are going to pop. People are going to walk into the collection room, spot these guys, and say, hang on a second, what's going on with that murderous-looking C-3PO and R5? These two are conversation starters. Speaking of R5, there are quite a few reused pieces on BT-1 borrowed from both R2-D2 and R5-D4. For their bodies, they share the same mold. We're going to have the retractable third leg, the rolling wheels, and the ratcheted arms on the sides. But something that isn't a carryover from R2 is there is no mention of diecast on the pre-order listing for BT-1, unlike 000 who is a diecast release. So I'm thinking BT is going to be all plastic. They also didn't mention an LED light-up effect. So the way his eye has been painted with the soft glow around it, and then the same thing with the War Machine-style Gatling gun with the red orb around the front, that's just how it's going to look all the time. I like LED light-up effects, but not when it comes at the cost of aesthetics, which is true for 000. If you do not have his LEDs turned on, he looks completely dead. Whereas for BT-1, he looks on all the time, and if you can paint a droid to look like this, why not just go all in on this? You can have LEDs as well, but also include pieces that are painted to look like they're illuminated. That way we don't have to rely on gimmicky LEDs that'll burn out, the batteries will die quickly, or we have to have USB-C cables running everywhere. Painting something to look illuminated is my preferred option, and I'm glad they're doing it with BT-1 here. I think this is the first time they've tried it, and it works, because this guy's eye and the cannon are so vibrant with that glow around the edge too that they look illuminated. I have no complaints with the way the central eye is painted. They may potentially do a revision and add some LEDs. I don't think that's a thing. I have scoured the pre-order listings on both the Hot Toys site and Sideshow, and they make no mention of LEDs at all. Anyway, I'm sure you're sick of hearing me talk about LEDs, so let's move on to BT-1's weaponry. He comes with a Gatling gun on the right side, a missile pod on the left side of his dome, then he's got some other bits and pieces on his legs. This dude in the Dr. Aphra books was an absolute weapon. He had blasters and all kinds of shit coming out of him. He wrecked shop, and I was so there for it. So in 1/6 scale, I'm glad that he has as many weapons as he does. And the Gatling gun and the missile pod attached to his dome, they are articulated as well. Which is maybe why they didn't make this guy an event exclusive. For 000, he is mostly just C-3PO with a new paint job and some new hands. For this guy, there's a lot more new tooling. New legs, new dome, new weapons, and that, I think, is the reason why they weren't able to get this guy into production in advance of the event. They wanted to make sure people were interested, and then they were going to spend the money on the new molds to make this guy. He also does come with the swap out panels for the outside of his legs, so you can replace the tasers and the missile pod if you so choose, to clean him up a little if you don't want him to be as weaponized as he is on display at the event. So like I said earlier, these two are peas in a pod. I think if you're getting one of them, you're probably going to end up getting both of them. I am curious to see how many of these Hot Toys sell, because the Dr. Aphra series is great, but not everyone reads Star Wars comics. So therefore, not everyone knows who these characters are. Maybe one day we'll see them in live action, but for now we don't even have a Dr. Aphra to pair them with. So they did work for Vader at certain points in their career, let's call it. So in my display, I'm going to pair them up with Darth Vader. I just want to say, good on you, Hot Toys. Thank you for branching out and giving us new and different Star Wars characters. Now, if you are looking to pre-order BT-1 or grab 000, who's in stock right now, I have included a link to Pop Collectibles in the description below. As always, do your own research, make sure you're comfortable before buying. You'll also find the discount code Justin's Collection for 5% off your order if you do decide to buy from them down there as well. While you are down there, why not hit that subscribe, bell notification icon, and join button if you like the sound of seeing your name in the end credits of my reviews. Like, comment, and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next video.